they can determine what they want and define a path and work towards that. I think that is important. In terms of teachers, I think teachers are one of the critical elements in the education system. You can have everything else in all the elements. If you don't have a teacher, you are going nowhere. Because children alone in the school, little learning will take place. I think we can agree that over the past 10, 15 years, in education, access has been relatively addressed. There are a lot more children go to school today, attend school today, than they did 25 years ago. However, the concerns of UNESCO and the international community is, what are they learning? Are they learning anything? What are the learning outcomes they are achieving? That is of great concern. And in addressing that, teachers are also a very, very important element. And in that connection, there's a lot of work by UNESCO and other partners on teachers, teacher quality, teacher standards, in a bid to support the implementation of the African Union second decade of education in Africa. I think I'll stop here for now. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll have the Honorable Minister of Health's closing comments.
Thank you very much. On Ebola virus disease and the issue of schools and sanitizers, well, we'll move in stages. We need to continue to educate our teachers. We're still working with the Ministry of Education, both at the federal level and at state levels and even at the local level, local government level. We need to educate parents. Out of fear, you know, when you're experiencing fear, you need a talisman. And now sanitizer is becoming our talisman, our taliswoman. But what is more sustainable will be water, running water. And I'm in the know. For the short term, the president is encouraging us to see how we can reduce cost of sanitizers in Nigeria, flood the market with sanitizers, distribute sanitizers to those who can't afford it. But he's also working with the Minister of Water Resources, I can tell you that, to move with the states to see how we can even achieve 90% access to water, potable water, within the next few months. They are working seriously on it. That is the ultimate. So still teach the children personal hygiene, still teach them sanitation. Must they, when they blow their noses, must they do it with their bare hands, unless they are exchanging hands with their playmates? There are a lot to teach beyond sanitizer. Then regarding HIV, the current teaching is this: as long as you're on treatment, it doesn't matter your CD4 count, you can breastfeed your child. But the first condition, you must be on treatment. During pregnancy, after pregnancy, you must be on treatment. The access issue, the point is well taken, but I can tell you, we are working with all the necessary bodies. Ministry of Health does policy. We do a little bit of procurement, but we have a national coordinating body. We are working with the President's comprehensive response plan and our development partners trying to fill the gap in the President's response plan. Some of the issues relating to access will soon be addressed, I can assure you of that. But regarding fake drugs, I think you were probably referring to only one incident. On their own, Treatment Action Nigeria, on their own, who first started that controversy, they, you see, believe in this country, for goodness sake. NAFDAC tested the drug and said it's okay. Of course, granted, there are issues with storage, which may not have to be with manufacture and production. The civil society on their own decided to go above the Minister of Health, sent it to the Food and Drug Agency of the United States, FDA. And the FDA said, this is a wonderful drug, meets all the standards. It's only then they came back to me, Honorable Minister, this is worse than I said, get away. NAFDAC has spoken, and I believe in them. Now, regarding, if you want to clap, clap. Nigeria is great. Regarding the issue of family health, yes, UNESCO has addressed much. The only thing I want to say is not that I'm not aware that we already have various curricula produced for the same purpose. But because we are saying it's not achieving its purpose, I say, what is it that we did not do right? That's why I made that suggestion to you, DG. All those people who go about wanting to beat up teachers like me, maybe we need to bring them in. Let's hear from them and then use the opportunity to educate them. Then the epilepsy. Yeah, there are two issues. One is the understanding. I know one of my teachers when I was a medical student in Lagos told me a short story very quickly. He had just finished having his clinic and he's in the specialty that handles matters like epilepsy. Then he didn't come to work with his car. He had problems with his car, and so he needed to take a taxi home. He came out in front of the teaching hospital, hailed a taxi, and who was behind the steering? His epilepsy patient had just attended to. And the man was so excited, an opportunity to pay back to this wonderful consultant. He said, sir, come in, I won't even charge you. And the man thought quickly, but I told him, I will ask you a question after that. He said he thought quickly and said, oh, he forgot something in the clinic. But the question is, was it the only answer? What could have happened to another passenger or even the patient himself? Well, food for thought. Now, we need to continue to educate people, not to stigmatize people with things we think are unusual. At a time, I got a suggestion by a wonderful Nigerian who had been a military governor, and I immediately took it to the First Lady, a suggestion. And as not the First Lady, the current First Lady. So I said, this is good, work on it. What was it? Can she host HIV positive Nigerians, our brothers and sisters, in the state banquet hall? And she did it. She danced with them, she ate with them. That went a long way to reduce that stigmatization. A place where many Nigerians will never get to. But the First Lady did it, and it was wonderful. Wonderful night. I was there. We all danced. So I just want to plead with that. Then epilepsy, one major problem is the cost of drugs. Let me be honest with you. The drugs are relatively expensive. Not everybody can maintain themselves or their children on those drugs. So what happens after some time? There's a default. So we're also working hard. We hope that this the National Assembly, they've passed the National Health Bill. It's going to bring some more predictable funding to the health sector, particularly at the primary health care level. We hope that they will soon round up, tidy it up, and transmit to Mr. President for assent. Mr. President has promised this time round, all the arguments have been sorted out, he will sign. He's going to bring in more money, and some of these peculiar areas where drugs are expensive, chronic problems, some of the funding will go there. It's a true. Yeah. Cost is part of the reason why people default. Finally, we had a question on research and whether research informs our policies. Certainly, research informs our policy. We're always doing a lot of surveys in the health sector, as some of you may be aware. There's no way. We need data, statistics to develop policies. But let me tell you one thing. You mentioned WHO. As current minister of Nigeria, we are the ones now. We are the ones that take the decision. But the point I'm making is this, and that is in relation to the topic today about our mothers, our daughters, our wives, our aunts, nieces, and so on. When they get pregnant, what is the problem? Research in Nigeria says clearly that the number one killer of the pregnant woman is what is known as postpartum hemorrhage, which is uncontrollable bleeding after childbirth. There are many causes. We won't go into that today. But that's the number one killer. And our people did research before I became minister. They did a research. We have very intelligent, Nigerians are among the most intelligent people in the world. I'm sure you know. And they found out that, yes, a drug called misoprostol, which have been used for other purposes. Sometimes some people use it to procure abortion, but it is effective and can be used particularly where you don't have the high-end health workers like gynecologists, obstetricians, and highly trained midwives. But you have community health workers. It's given orally, unlike the other one that is by injection. It has a wide safety margin. And they presented it just 1 month before I became minister. They took it to Asaba at the National Council on Health. My predecessor, chairing that meeting, approved that it should be used. Then I come on board in April 2010, and sometime around August or September, sitting in my office, a professor of O&G calls me and said, Honorable Minister, there's something you need to do. I said, what is it? He said, there's this drug called misoprostol. A decision was taken, approved for it to be included in an essential drug list, but up to this moment, it's not been done. I said, what do we need? Why? He said, if you can compel the committee that you have the authority. I said, that's all, I'll do it. I called the committee chair at that time. I said, why haven't you people brought this? He said, oh, that is because some people use it for abortion. I said, okay, I understand. Because both armed robbers and good citizens use the cell phone. We shouldn't use the cell phone. Then he got the point. And I said, you know what? The president has challenged me, and I'm an orthopedic surgeon. He said I should do something about road traffic accidents, claiming the lives of Nigerians. I know the answer now. I'm going to meet Mr. President the next day and tell Mr. President, you know what? We get off all vehicles off the road, and you see that deaths on our road will crash. Then they raised up an issue, and that's the point I want to make. Say, Honorable Minister, no country in the world has done that. I said, then you have made my day. So I'm going to be number one. And that's what we did. So we got it into the Nigerian essential drug list 6 months before WHO. So sometimes WHO follows us.
Congratulations. Woo! Congratulations. We're ending with the Honorable Minister's comments, and I do have to say that I'm very proud to have Professor Onyebuchi Chiku as our Minister of Health for Nigeria. You've really made a lot of us proud, and I'm sure the DG would say the same. Indeed. You know, I have to say, those of us who studied medicine, Dr. Bandara, you know, we know the surgeons, they are different. So it takes a surgeon sometimes to have that martial approach, you know, that your open eye, I'm going there, nobody can stop me. So, sir, we really appreciate you. We appreciate what you've done for this nation, for Ebola. So just having said that, before I say thank you and before we say thank you to all of our guests, I'm wearing a set of beautiful earrings here made by a 9-year-old girl child who is also a poet. She's a jewelry maker and a poet. So that's my secret for tonight. Mera has one as well. Can you please come, Aisha, and present your poem? Yeah, there you go.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Aisha Bugaji, and I'm here to present a poem titled I'm a Girl. But before I do that, may we please take a minute to pray for the Chibok girls to come back. Thank you, amen. I am a girl. I am a girl and the bedrock of tomorrow. I'm a human being with all God-given potentials. In addition, God has put the future of all mankind in me. Now, I'm your sister and your daughter. In future, I'm your wife and the mother of all mankind. Educating girls is essential. Educated women can lead the next generation. Girls and women education reduces maternal and child mortality. Educated girls contribute to national development. Educated women improve qualities of family and can help their children. Thank you.
You are amazing. Thank you so much. You're a special child. Okay? Thank you so much. So on that note, distinguished panelists, on behalf of the DG, she's in tears, and myself, we'd just like to thank you for participating in this panel. The session, the day is fast spent, and so the MC will come and tell you what will happen tomorrow. All the sessions for the rest of the day have been, as you probably expected, moved to tomorrow. Dr. Mayro Bandara, thank you so much for all your effort, for your participation in this plenary, for all your comments and sharing so authentically. Representative from UNESCO, thank you so much, Doctor. We appreciate you, appreciate having you here. Dr. Amazigo, we appreciate you and all you've done in service to humanity and all the years that you spent at WHO. We recognize you and we really thank you. Dr. Salma Abasi, you've come from so far. Thank you so much for being here with us and for all the work you're doing in all the parts of Nigeria. Thank you for continuing to have the energy to do such great work, because I know you've been doing it for a while. Honorable Minister, I've already thanked you. We appreciate you. We're proud to have you as our Minister of Health. Thank you for representing us globally in such a noble way. We really appreciate you. Dr. Wanodi, thank you so much all the way from Johns Hopkins in Maryland for being here with us and sharing with us on immunization. God bless you as you go back. Thank you so much for all your support. The girl child, the sister who is here, you are vibrant, you are strong, you're intelligent. Keep it going. Don't relent. You are blessed. You're going to be a leader. You're already a leader for this country. And I really appreciate having you here today. Thanks for all that you shared. And Dr. Jennifer Ayanti from SFH, Society for Family Health, is one of the sponsors of this conference. We really thank you for being a sponsor and for all the comments you shared, for being here with us, for being committed to this idea. You know, SFH is one of those groups, they got it from the beginning. They knew they had to be here. They knew this was a summit they had to support. Please, let's give them a round of applause. And the Honorable Minister, for your support. We really appreciate it. The Ministry of Health has also supported this summit as a partner. So thank you so much, sir, for making that happen. I really appreciate you. And my mentor, my auntie, my friend, I love you so much. Thank you so much for everything, for all you've done, for carrying this vision in your heart and making it a reality and accepting all that it took to get here. Thank you so much. Please, let's give her a round of applause. She's an amazing human being, and I know that. Thank you so much.
Dr. Kudo, I would like to also thank you. She's a much younger person than I am. It's somebody that I have admired for a very long time. I've served as a Goodwill Ambassador for Friends Africa. We've traveled around Africa. And this is a lady, she's a leader. And Nigeria is very, very proud of her. I'm very proud of her. This is a synergy that I think God put together. And we brought it together with commitment and hard work. And I'd like to say thank you to Almighty God. This is about Him and His children. It's not about us as individuals. It's about this country that God has blessed. It's about a country that belongs to God. You may look at us and all our shortcomings and all our failures, but look at us again and see that this is God's country. Blessed, favored, made for great things. Nigeria is coming. Nigeria is coming. And in the lives of our young girls, we see Nigeria coming. And in the lives of our young boys, we see Nigeria coming. We thank the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I've had the privilege of working with her, and I can tell you, no one works harder for this country than she does. Yes. No one is more committed to the cause of womanhood than the First Lady. We thank her. She has propelled us and has inspired us. Of course, we thank the President, Mr. President. We only sent him a letter to actually inform him that we were doing this. And he said he was coming. And finally, he sent someone, but he's been here with us. And he would listen to whatever we decide we're going to take to him. And he takes this thing seriously. He's watching, he's monitoring, he wants to know, he wants to have the report. And we will give it to him. And I can assure you that you will begin to see some of the decisions and discussions and the points and issues raised here will begin to manifest, of course, with the presence of the Honorable Minister for Health. You can be sure that he has picked up a lot. And these things will be reflected in what the ministry and government of Nigeria will do in the future. Finally, it couldn't happen without you, the good women and men of Nigeria. The Nigerian woman is a species all on her own. The combination of good looks, grace, intelligence, and courage. Talk about multitasking. She knows how to do it. She can take care of her man, take care of her children, take care of community, take care of the nation, and take care of herself. Because anytime you see her, she has put herself together and she holds herself up and she keeps going. No matter what, she keeps going. So the Nigerian woman, God bless you. And God bless our Nigerian men. Forgive us when we're agitating. You know, it's been so many years. So we got to do this. But we love you. And we're all in this thing together as partners. Thank you very much for coming, and God bless you.
Well, permit me to say thank you very much to the Director General for keeping this issue on the front burner. Do we give a thundering round of applause, please? They've worked so hard to make this happen. Well, for those of us who are geared up for more, we've had fruitful deliberations today. There'll be more tomorrow. And for us to achieve all we want to achieve, I guess it would make sense we come as early as possible, say 9 o'clock, so that by 10 on the dot, we take off. Is that okay?
Let me quickly say that when you say she's done it, I didn't do it alone. I have a management staff. They're all here. I'd like for them to just get up and take a bow. I have members of board who are so supportive. Please. So supportive. Always you will find them here. And then Friends Africa staff, where are you? Let us see you. Thank you.